Hey everyone, welcome. I am MisterBo and the faction rally is now live. The factions have come to the tower and you can go ahead and pledge allegiance and then start earning faction reputation by doing various activities such as crucible matches, strikes, and even the Leviathan raid. So to begin the faction rally, you need to do a quest which requires you to go and speak to each of the faction leaders. That's Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult. When you go and speak to each faction, they'll sort of give you their own speech, tell you why you should be joining them, and then once that is done, you can go ahead and make the decision for yourself on who you want to join. Now on my main warlock here, I'm going to be joining Dead Orbit, and once you have pledged allegiance to your faction of choice, they will also give you an emblem to rep so you can show off which faction you have joined. Now once you have pledged allegiance, they will then give you a quest to go into the EDZ and complete lost sectors. Now when you're playing through these lost sectors, you will notice there's big crates that you need to go and blow up. Every time you blow them up, you'll be rewarded with a faction token. Once you've destroyed enough of these resources in the lost sectors, you will then be rewarded 16 tokens, and that will give you a total of 30 tokens, which you can then go back to your faction vendor and hand them in for a legendary engram. My engram here gave me the shotgun for Dead Orbit, as well as a Dead Orbit shader. And that is the end of the quest. From there, you can then just go ahead and play whatever you want and start earning your faction tokens. Don't forget though that some ghost shells do allow you to earn faction reputation in certain activities quicker, so if you have one of those ghost shells that have that perk on it, be sure to put that on. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything you can actually get from these vendors. We'll start with Dead Orbit. So this is the full warlock gear for Dead Orbit with shaders and everything. Looks alright, nothing too special in my opinion, it is just the EDZ gear. This is the Dead Orbit camo shader, which is looking kind of nice. Wasn't as nice as I was expecting it to be, but I think the other shader, the Dead Orbit's Fate, is probably the nicer of the two Dead Orbit shaders here, and it's probably the reason why I picked Dead Orbit, though when we get to New Monarchy, their shader is very nice. We then have the anti-extinction armor sets, as well as the 3 Graves pulse rifle, the Dire Promise hand cannon, the 11th hour sidearm, and then finally we have the gravity slingshot shotgun, which is what I got. Of course, if Dead Orbit wins the faction rally, you'll be rewarded with the Haunted Earth Scout Rifle, which features a high impact frame, the IS-5 circle sight, the Model 6 loop scope, you then have the tactical mag, or the high caliber rounds, and then finally the field prep. We can take a look at Future War Cult set here. So this is basically the Exodus black armor but reskinned. It's looking very colourful here. We have the 2 shaders, we have the Future War Cult camo, which is actually looking a lot nicer than I thought it would look. That's then followed by War Cult Rain, which is again alright. It's not a shader that I'd probably use myself. That's then followed by the Entanglement armor set, which again is just the Exodus black armor set, but reskinned with Future War Cult logos on it. It's a shame that the Entanglement bond for the Warlock is exactly the same as the Exodus black bond, whereas the armor sets for Dead Orbit and New Monarchy both have a sort of special Warlock bond. We have the True Prophecy hand cannon, the Number auto rifle, the Pallades Corrector scout rifle, the Eye of Foresight sniper rifle, and then of course the special weapon here is Heart of Time, which features a rapid fire frame. We then have Candle PS sights, as well as Impulse MS3 scope. We have the Steady Rounds magazine, or the Tactical mag, and then the trait here is Dragonfly. And then finally we have New Monarchy, which I think actually has probably the best looking stuff compared to what they had in Destiny 1. So here is the armor set. It's a reskin version of the Philomath armor set. We have the New Monarchy Regalia here, which is a very, very cool looking shader. And this is why I'm going to be doing New Monarchy on my other Warlock, because I want this shader. It looks super cool on my Warlock at the moment. We then have the New Monarchy Diamond shader, which doesn't look as cool, but it's still a decent shader, better than either of the 2 Future War Cult shaders in my opinion. We then have the Coronation bond for the Warlock, which is just amazing. Got little scrolls on it. I can't wait to try and get this. I think that's going to look really cool on some certain armor. And then we have the Sovereign armor set. Again, it's just a rework of the Philomath armor set you can already get in game. We then have the Restoration 8 auto rifle, the Song of Justice 6 scout rifle, the Royal Dispensation 2 submachine gun, and the Unification 7 shotgun. We then have the Integrum 16 sidearm, which features the Suros rapid fire intrinsic perk, Tactic SAS sights, Target SAS sights, or Quick Dot SAS sights, has accurized rounds, or you can have high caliber rounds, and then the trait for this is Snapshot sights. So there you have it. that is everything in the faction rally. That is the easy quest you need to complete in order to pledge your allegiance and earn a legendary engram, and that is the rewards you can get from all of the legendary engrams that the vendors are selling. Let me know in the comments below which faction you were going to be repping. As you can see in this video, I rep Dead Orbit on my main warlock, and then on my second warlock I think I'm going to have to do New Monarchy just for that warlock bond and that shader alone. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped out in any way, feel free to give the like button a big old hug, subscribe for more Destiny 2 content and coverage, beep that bell to be notified when my future videos go live. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.